that I've ever seen that wasn't like a freshman basketball game. That was the worst basketball game I've ever watched in my life, and I sat through, watched the whole thing. I mean, that's how dedicated we are.
So let's start with, because there was a lot of bad in this game. So let's just start with the good. I thought the bright spot of this game was an unlikely hero, Rondae Hollis Jefferson.
What's your nickname for him? You were saying it like 100 times.
Yeah, so he gave himself this nickname. I think he calls himself Chap,
He gave himself the nickname?
and that's his Instagram handle.
Chap. All right. Well, old Chap. Well, who is old Chap?
I mean, like, what'd you say?
No, it's Rondae Hollis Jefferson.
Yeah, Rondae Hollis Jefferson. I mean, he had a great game tonight. I think he made every single shot he took. He hit every single free throw. He ended with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and he was playing some really good post defense, actually.
Yeah, for me, what really stuck out to me, first of all, I feel like players always play better when they're wearing the face mask. I just think that it adds. I don't know what it adds, but it adds like a little. It just makes them play a little harder. Maybe they're not as worried about getting hit in the face, but the thing that he was doing that the rest of the team was doing, he was actually playing defense. He was actually staying with his man, and he actually had his hands up the whole time. Like that for me, I don't care about really the scoring, but just like the defense was actually pretty impressive, I thought.
I thought really good on the offensive side of the ball too. I thought he was the only guy really in that 5-out that was cutting, and he was the only guy setting ball screens on the top of the key.
Yeah, so what I noticed about it, so what he would do was sometimes he'd flash to the top of the key right in the middle, catch the ball. And I feel like only when we got the ball to him there, that's when we started having some movement because we get the ball to the middle.
We can start kicking out to the perimeter.
Or, yeah, get the ball to the middle, wings would cut, backdoor cut. If they don't get it, fill up, go back to the corner. And I feel like other than like most of the time we were just kind of the ball was just it would touch about 2 players' hands and we'd get up a crappy shot. Like that's not how you win games.
It was a little stagnant at times for sure. I think we settled for a lot of contested 3-pointers, which was a little, it wasn't great to see because we were only like 8 or 9 seconds into the shot clock, and I'd see Ricky Rubio take a contested 3, which just isn't his game.
That's what I'm saying. The shots like that, you can get that at any time in the shot clock. Like you can put up a contested 3 anytime. So why not look for something else? Why not look for a cut? Why not look for a screen or something? Because you can't just be throwing up shots like that early in the shot clock.
Yeah, and that's what I liked about Rondae too. He was very selective in his shots. Like there was not great shot selection tonight in general, but he was the only one that I saw take it to the rim. Make contested layups too, which is huge. And he picked his spots on the floor and he hit where he knew he could hit. So I thought it was a great game from Rondae. I'd say probably the other bright spot from tonight was D'Lo. I mean, we expect that though. It's nothing new that he should be knocking down those mid-range shots and threes. So we won't touch on him too much, but he was one of the only starters that was actually doing anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. And yeah, I was impressed with Hollis Jefferson. Do you think that he could have earned a starting position or at least made a case to be in the running for that 4 spot?
Yeah, I think tonight for sure he solidified that he made the team.
You thought he you?
Yeah, like he was just on a training camp contract, so we didn't even know if he was going to make the team. But I think tonight showed that he was really the glue of that second unit. Like he made things work. Could he be in the role for a starter? I don't know. I think he could definitely compete with Wancho and Layman for that starting spot because he looked, even though he can't really shoot the outside shot, like he was getting shot. He was making shots. I mean, we don't need everyone to shoot threes. We need a guy like that who is a physical defender, who's going to cut, who has good IQ. So I think he'd be a great starter at the 4.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I really liked what I saw out of him and what you were saying with D'Angelo Russell. I mean, just Mr. Consistency. I mean, that might be his problem. He's just so consistently good. That's why he's always underrated, is that he's just always that good.
Yeah, I think even in his game tonight, he made a lot of shots. I think there was also some, he had a couple turnovers that I thought were kind of uncharacteristic of him. He also, I don't know, I think he had a good game scoring wise. So sadly, those are really only the two bright spots tonight. But I mean,
what do you expect?
Culver had a decent game too, but even him, he was, I thought he was turning the ball over a lot. He wasn't playing great defense, bad shot selection.
We're just gonna be honest here. You're not a big Culver guy.
Yeah, we actually I don't know. It's tough because like if you're gonna trade up in the draft, especially trade up to the number 6 spot, you want that guy to like
be right
be in
away.
your starting lineup.
It's what we were talking about with like this year for the draft, like the Bulls and like the Cavs, like they needed to draft like a player for now. Like if we're gonna move up in the draft, like why wouldn't you take someone who's ready for the NBA right now? Otherwise, there's no point in moving up in the draft because we probably could have got Culver later.
Yeah, we most definitely could.
So like it's not really a knock on him. It's just the fact that he was drafted so high. If he was drafted later, I feel like he would have so much less pressure on him, and that sucks for him that he ended up getting drafted that high. But like, I mean, that's not our fault that he got drafted that high, but we can have these expectations for him because that's what the organization did to him.